So this is going to be a series about the years before the Oprah interview and then the beginning of the unraveling. And then by the end of the series, most of you will remember that a lot of what Meghan and Harry has done recently has just been a reaction to everything else that came before. So to start this series off, let's start with the family. This is the very first, and let me move myself over. This is the very first interview that Samantha gave condemning her sister, Meghan. Now, the UK media would just lead you to believe that Meghan and Harry just one day woke up and just trashed their family. We're going to prove how much that is a lie. Starting with this lady right here, Samantha Markle, and her jealous self. So at the end of October 2016 is when Meghan and Harry's relationship was leaked to the press. Immediately, Samantha did this interview with Radar Online, just destroying her sister. And kind of is a catalyst for all of the conspiracy theories that we see. Actually, it was a catalyst for all the conspiracy theories that we see online about Meghan. Now, this is an article that Samantha did with the Daily Mail right after the Radar Online article. And it goes much more in depth about the family. And mind you, see the word narcissistic? That is the first time that word is used, and it will forever stick with the Meghan amongst the social media world. What is great about going back to a lot of these articles is that you get a way more organic picture about the family dynamic. And the fact that Thomas Markle filed bankruptcy a month before Meghan and Harry's relationship was leaked to the press. Not a coincidence. Mind you, the Daily Mail, a month later after the November article, would do a whole exclusive with more family members, but they would be speaking out against Samantha. And in this article, everyone who speaks out against Samantha is her mother, Rosalind, Scott, her ex-husband, and Thomas Markle Jr. Now, in this article, even Samantha's own mother, Rosalind, has spoken nothing but great things about Meghan. And where did she hear from? Thomas Markle Jr., which is such a far contrast to what Thomas Markle Jr. says about her now, but we'll get into that later. This article also have statements from Samantha's ex-husband, Scott, and in it, he said he disagrees with Samantha's former comments stating that she helped raise Meghan. No, according to her ex-husband, Samantha left her family once Meghan was born. She distanced herself. Samantha's ex-husband, Scott, will go into further details, explaining how she would even complain to him about Meghan and how she was upset that Thomas Markle, the father, was helping Meghan with her career and not her. This is where it gets juicy. So Samantha, after 2016, will go on a slew of other interviews. She will one minute she'll praise Meghan, the next she'll criticize her. But when she criticized her, she would just say, "Did you see me speak on it? Did you see me talk about it? The media lied." This article right here, this is where things get really interesting. Because in this article, it's like a mudslinging. Because in this article, Samantha is saying her family was racist against Meghan and Doria. But the other family members are saying, no, Samantha, you were racist against Doria. And even Meghan, maybe. Samantha reveals that she will fight against her racist family for making slurs against Doria when her and Thomas Sr. got together and was married. In this same article, Samantha's own mother would reveal that Samantha would tell her own friends that Doria, her stepmother, was the maid. It doesn't surprise me because years later, actually very recently, the same Thomas Markle Jr. who's defending Meghan all those years before he turned was in blackface on his YouTube channel. So as you guys know, the rest is history. Samantha would continue on to do these interviews for money. And then at some point after the wedding is when everything gets in line and in focus. Because what people don't remember is that Thomas Markle Sr. did an entire interview, literally a month after the wedding. And that's how all of this unraveling began. So my point with this was to show is that a lot of what people don't realize that there were a lot of stuff leading up to why Meghan and Harry did what they have done recently. And also to show the Markle family, some ain't clean in the buttermilk. Because at some point they all was mudslinking at each other. But they stopped and got in line when them checks cleared.